What's going on, everybody? My name is Japes, and welcome to another episode of my Path to Power. Keeping it rolling, going one for one, a bunch of days in the row right now. And Bayern Munich is playing today, so that is really what all my focus is on. If you guys tweet at me, I won't see it. If you guys post a message on here, I won't see it. But I'm gonna pause for a second there. How great is it? Find a Team of the Week player in your free pack. I don't see a Team of the Week player there, so I'm still a little bit confused on that. But if anybody knows what I missed, somebody let me know. But I won't be checking those comments probably unless it's before the Bayern game starting at like 2:30. Otherwise, I'm shutting off all communication with social media. I'm shutting everything out because I've got the game capturing on a DVR at home, and I will watch it when I get home from work. I don't want to know what's going on. I did this last week. I've done this with every Champions League match for the past 2 weeks, and that's what I'm going to be doing again. But on the screen here, we're just putting up the guys that we got for sale. Varina is a great player. It was kind of sad to see him go. I realized as soon as I put that manager gold card up for 200 coins or 250 or whatever it was that I could have sold him for more. Sent a bunch of cards to the club because they do help for maintenance purposes. Maintenance is just like keeping players in contracts. But once you buy one pack, you got to buy some more. Luckily, I tempted myself into just going out and buying a bronze pack. And we send the 2 rare players to the trade pile. Add him to the club because you can never have enough managers in your club. And I've been asked a few times now, Japes, why don't you use a manager? And the reason I don't use a manager is 1, I prefer to be a FIFA dictator and they compete with my power. But 2, you don't really need a manager. Everything's based on individual chemistry. At least it seems to be for me, and that's kind of what I've heard. So if all my players are at 9 individual chemistry, I just don't see the point in getting that +1 overall team chemistry. And also, it's annoying to have to keep managers in contract. It's actually an expense that it might not be that much. It might look better, but in the same token, it's a couple hundred coins here, a couple hundred coins there, and I just don't think that it's worth it. But this is the team that we're looking at right now. Go ahead and get Falcao back in fitness. And same goes for Diego. I think I go out and I bought or am about to buy Alexis Sanchez, the Barca player. And I got to say that I shouldn't have changed up my team. I just do something that I haven't done in forever in the first round of this next cup. But I will say after I do that, I go out and I do some major switching around in my squad. So we'll all see that coming up here. But if you guys, you'll see this video before the match starts, so if you guys want to leave your predictions below, I don't want to hear just a bunch of Hala Madrid, they're going to crush Bayern. But I think it could be another 2-2 match, just like yesterday, and what a crazy game that was. I watched that later in the evening, and I could not believe my eyes. Ramirez to me looks like he could possibly be the best player on Chelsea right now. A stupid yellow card for him to take, and I don't really know what it was for. I couldn't find it out. But the reason I say that he could be the best, he's the most consistent, like up and down the field, no matter what they need. His work rate is unbelievable. That finish was so calm and confident. He's just love to watch him play. But to get things started with Wellington Silva, great little volley there off the left to tuck it into the bottom corner in the 17th minute. And at this point, I kind of thought I was going to roll. When I get those early goals and they're relatively skilled or not so much, Alexis Sanchez here by the keeper, and that's kind of lucky that went in. He did well to slide right there, but got it over him. And so 2-0 lead in the 22nd. And at this point, I thought I was home free. And I started playing sloppy, trying to do skills in the midfield. And he sneaks one by my keeper there in the 61st. And the same thing comes back and happens to me again in the 69th. He gets free with Benzema. I'm not going to catch him. And this game was one of those, it could have gone a couple different ways. I had a couple more chances go off the post. He stopped like a one-on-one with the keeper. If my keeper had punched or parried that sideways, it wouldn't have been the same. But again, he breaks free just before the end of the game and slots it in nicely with Falcao to take the victory. And this was just one of those frustrating games of FIFA where no matter what I did after he scored that first goal, there was going to be no way that I was going to ever score. Everything, like I said, everything felt like it was off the bar. My players were, I don't know. It's just one of those frustrating things that happens with FIFA every so often. But when I lose, and I do lose. I don't claim to be the greatest player in the world. Players have to go and players have to come in. It's just the way it is. It's like being a spoiled little owner in real life and deciding you want to fire your coach or fire your manager every time and then bring in someone new. So I go out and I buy Irani, the center mid from Real Betis, sell on Alexis Sanchez because he just really wasn't doing it for me. Reyes was a far better player. And Paulo Ashenschau, it just isn't there for passing and ball control. Thought about buying Kaká, didn't. Went out and bought Pepe, as he is probably the strongest center back in La Liga. And I don't necessarily mean strongest in real life, but in FIFA with a 75 pace and his defensive and heading stats, it makes him to be quite a strong player. Go out and pick up, I believe, Martin Cáceres for our right back spot. Find one for like 16,500 and buy now, which is pretty cool. Which means that I'll definitely be able to sell him on for at least 2,000 or 3,000 coin profit right there. So you always gotta like that when you're building squads, and it's best not to build squads when you're frustrated like I was, because you end up overpaying for players, like I believe I might do here. I end up going for that last right center mid spot. And I think I buy Borja Valera, one of his inform cards. I rather like him for the most part. I've liked him in other FIFAs. In this FIFA, he's just kind of out there. Like, I really don't enjoy playing with him that much. So I will end up selling him on after hopefully we win this tournament one more time, which we will get things kick-started for at the end of this episode. I don't know if I'll win it or not yet. The Euro DLC has dropped, so you guys will have to let me know in the comments what you think about that as well. I actually haven't had a chance to play it yet. The Barca-Chelsea game was just much more of an important thing to me last night. That and playing some clubs with Phase Zero and the Daniel Soares. But we get into this match here against this guy who's got a rather strong side. His non-3 Liga BBVA players are... Or La Liga players are Thiago Silva, Ibra, and Eto, but Falcao here doing what he does best. Steps inside, one more roulette, clinical finesse shot. That's why he's our number 9 up front. And just nothing to complain about with Falcao. He was real unlucky to score, or not score in the game earlier, but 57th minute, and that's how it's going to end. Played some strong defense, back to the roots there. If they don't score, you can't lose the game. That's pretty much how I go about thinking about that. But anyways, guys, this is Japes. Hope you enjoyed this episode of my Path to Power. Other than that, I will catch you all next time.